say, Miracle has not played Nagas this year at all.
Yep. There have been a few occasions where Naga wasn't banned early on, but they just never picked Naga.
Yep.
It's either banned or they just ignored it completely, which is fairly surprising because I think that it's easily one of his best heroes. My guess is that since he's drafting and I assume being the captain right now, maybe he just finds it a little difficult to focus on a hero like Naga.
Maybe. I've heard that they don't favor it too much anymore. They don't want to play that kind of style. Which I think Mineski as a team is better when they're being more aggressive. Which we'll see if they are doing that today. Good news, 7.02 patch has just hit. Bad news, teams don't adjust very quickly, so we're going to see the same heroes. But we're going to see some new talent trees. We're going to see some small changes here and there. And I do have the big changelog in front of me, so feel free to ask me anything about the changelog.
Well, I'm pretty sure while there definitely is not enough time to adjust completely, there are like some major changes that everyone definitely will be adjusting to, which is this pull mechanic that everyone's been abusing, right? The ancient pulling in the mid lane with Rubik and side pulling with Pudge.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to be seeing I don't think we're going to see Pudge at all.
So you think without the thing he's not good?
I wouldn't say he's not good. I just think he's not as reliable anymore. Because if you're basically with the pull from the previous patch, if things go bad for you in the early game, at least you can fall back onto that. Sure. If things go bad for you in the early game now, what are you going to do, right?
Well, it says these following abilities do not trigger aggro from neutrals, at least temporarily. Meat Hook, Telekinesis, and Toss. You know what spell is not including in there?
Oh, is it going to be the Earthshaker?
Yeah, the Fissure. Yesterday we did see WG Unity, actually.
Yeah, WG, yeah.
Yeah, pulling that one out. And they will be playing Faceless today in the winner bracket, I believe, a little bit later on. So maybe they pull out there. I mean, if you want to abuse the map, even though Icerack said no, that's still one way that's left in the game to do so.
So speaking of the new patch, have you tried placing a ward yet?
No, I have not. I wanted to.
It is blinding, and it also is kind of bugged because it puts out this fog on random projectiles as well.
Is that why I see the homing missile?
Missile.
The homing missile had like a big ass AOE on it, which was looking super weird. I'm gonna quickly look at these heroes that are being picked if there are any big changes. Okay, Axe has 5 extra movement speed on his level 20 talent. Not very relevant.
I don't think any of these really do. I think the only one I
the Swarm
don't really remember is LC.
Okay,
what changes about Swarm?
Swarm used to do 20 damage at all levels. Now it scales upwards, starting at 14, 16, 18, and 20. So that level 1 Swarm, the early game gets cut down quite a bit by Weaver. Especially the way that it interacts with, the other half of Swarm, which is the minus armor. So cutting off the damage is pretty rough. Let's see. LC.
I don't think Dazzle really had many changes. He got something weird like plus 50 damage or something like that.
20 extra damage on his 15 talent.
For Dazzle?
Yeah.
And what about LC?
LC 5% more of experience gain at 10. I think her other talent is like her strength or something like that. Maybe you do take experience gain now.
Well, LC does have an insane level 25 talent.
Sure.
But it still takes time to ramp up, so I don't know how reliable that is.
The newest way to grief, next level grief, is you take that talent, right? You get to 25 and then you feed them damage.
Okay. The long con.
The long con, man. Your team thinks like, oh yeah, we're playing a game. Nah, man.
You hear your feet away rapiers. That can't be dropped.
Oh man. Anyways. All right, second phase through. A lot of these supports being taken out. I don't remember we've seen actually TnC play Legion at all. Have you?
5 seconds.
I think you're right, actually. At least not Sam H. Maybe Cuckoo. Thinking about it,
This feels more like a Cuckoo hero, but we'll see.
it's very flexible though. Like you pick it so early.
Oh,
Bounty Hunter.
I remember Tim's playing this the other day, and
Okay, wait. So Bounty Hunter actually had a huge change.
yes, let me go look.
The
through it.
Scepter now changes Shuriken Toss to a 0.75 stun, up from 0.1.
I mean, it's not long enough to like.
I think it's pretty decent considering the way Scepter works, right? You track people up and it bounces back and forth, and
Oh, it bounces
you
twice.
add up the time.
That's a
Yeah.
big thing, right? Like, I believe
10 seconds.
0.75 is comparable to like a Malefice. Is that wrong or right? Like
At
around
like
the
level
time.
2 or something like that.
Yeah. So if you kind of think of it like that, it's not too great of a stun, but it's just annoying enough.
It's very well. The thing about it is that it's kind of close to a Witch Doctor stun. If I
Isn't Witch Doctor like
that's like a fair comparison.
full 1 second?
Dire
Yeah.
ban.
So it's obviously not as strong as Witch Doctor stun, but it's close. The range is infinitely further though. It's just the track range.
Let me see. I want to look up the Enigma.
And I think he also had a different talent change that increases his Shuriken damage as well.
Uh-huh.
And you can also take Spell Am.
Let's see. Spell Am is no longer available to him. They removed the
Oh.
Spell Am to plus 75 Shuriken toss damage, which is
Oh,
arguably
okay,
better.
that's the one. It
correct.
is definitely
Yeah.
better.
I mean, it's not better
That's
if
the
you're
only spell damage, isn't it?
Well, if you're
Except for
getting
if
Dagon.
you buy Dagon.
yeah, which is it used to be a build, but let's see.
5 seconds.
You get 5% extra experience gain and 10 as well. That's quite relevant for a bounty hunter.
Reserve time.
And then the other changes don't matter too much. You get 120 damage now instead of 100.
Radiant's pit.
That's cool. Anyways, let's actually focus back to the draft here. We got Mineski rounding things out with a silencer, so that means we're gonna have a carry Weaver offlane Axe and the two int heroes on support with OD mid. And then of course TnC is doing that Darkseer bounty hunter roaming kind of stuff. Looks like this is gonna be a LC mid or LC safe lane, and then you last pick either a carry or mid.
Reserve time.
The silencer pick might be a little dangerous for LC. Actually, I don't think so. I think the silencer actually isn't too worrying for TnC. Simply because no one really relies too heavily on, or like there's nothing that really needs to be broken out of to be cast,
True.
except for Grave. And I would say Darkseer Vacuum is the most important one, but he's gonna go for something like Guardian Greaves.
Well, not if he gets a Helm of Dominator, which I don't think we've seen Sam H go for that kind of stuff. Ooh. Okay. This is rather greedy here by TnC.
Interesting.
But he's another
Right,
hero
money.
Yeah, he has another hero that has built-in kind of counter to Silencer, right? Once he gets the Manta, and he will get it very early. I feel like Mineski has a very short time window. It's in between the time they pick up Blink Dagger on Axe, which depending on how his lane goes, could be very late, till Greaves and Manta comes up. I feel like that's the window they could really initiate with Global and Blink Call, and have nothing TnC could do about it apart from just like dying. So
Yeah, definitely.
If you did-
I think TnC have to play this out very carefully in the early game.
Like if Mineski does not win the game or gets significantly ahead on that stage, that window, I think if this game goes late, TnC has it in the bag. They have track, they have Grievous Greed. It's not even gonna be close. Oh, Crystal Maiden got some nice little 10 extra damage, yo. At level 10. Gotta get that CM right clicks in.
Let me see what the other talent is. 15 magic resist. I actually think 60 damage is the way to go because
It's always
not really
damage. It's always the
There's-
damage.
there's no magic damage to be resisted anyways here.
I mean, I see any plus damage talent on a support is like a gold talent almost, except better, right? Because you just like you get to neutral faster, you get to farm faster, just hit things.
All
Anyways, it's gonna be a mid LC here and a safe lane Alk, unless they're gonna swap things up. And looks like they might be. Yeah, it's gonna be an Alchemist mid here by Raven. Again, for the fans of the teams that are joining in, this is the ACC qualifiers, lower bracket best of 3, and whoever loses is out. So this is kind of a big match here for both of these teams.
So I think something to note is that Lone Druid was ignored. Do you
Yes.
think the nerfs that he suffered is enough to make teams not want to play him? Because I looked at the nerfs he had, and I actually think that he's still perfectly viable.
Well, he's definitely not as strong as before. For teams like Mineski, they have tried the Lone Druid before, but I don't think their success rate is actually very, very high.
30
Whereas obviously we see TnC play it pretty much time and time again. But yesterday they did drop a Lone Druid game to WG, so
That's
maybe
true.
maybe the confidence in the hero is a little bit shaken up.
Because if you look at the talents, the talent changes that he went through, I would hardly call it a nerf. I mean, you add it all up and it's pretty significant, but it's not significant enough to just have everyone ignore the hero, I feel.
Oh, Ninja
Mineski.
Boogie runs right into 3, and the heal bomb is
Oh,
huge!
that heal bomb.
Oh my god, the heal bomb plus the overwhelming odds. The bug's gonna come out.
Is Miracle dead too?
Yeah, Miracle is
He
gonna
took-
be
he
going
took
down. Okay.
Cuckoo.
Oh, wait, one more right click?
One more hit.
Fairy Fire, and it
No.
was uphill
And
miss
it-
anyways.
Okay, that was a disastrous start for Mineski.
Yep. I mean, you're running offensive trialing. You cannot do stuff like that. That was super unfortunate. Oh, RR is not playing today. I just realized they have a stand-in. Yaj playing the axe. I was gonna say RR needs to get his blink very fast, and I'm glad they give him a good 1v1 matchup here. Well, it's not even good, but it's just a decent
I
1v1
don't even know if
matchup.
this is good. I don't even know if it's decent. I feel like Darkseer just crushes him.
Maybe not level 1. Darkseer also received a heavy nerf, by the way. I'm not sure if you noticed. But his Iron Shell mana cost is... It used to be 70 at level 1. Now it's 100. Which, as we know, Darkseer has... I mean, you need to double Iron Shell a lot of times. So maybe with a new nerf on him, maybe Axe is going to have a better time.
Well, that is a very good point. Did not notice that. What do you think about this new talent he got, though? 75 vacuum AoE. I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, it used to be, like, whatever he had was useless. We were saying that a lot of his...
It was 25 in was his old one.
I mean, I don't think that's actually necessary, right? At level 20?
I mean, between that and 10% cooldown reduction, I'm pretty sure cooldown reduction is better. Especially on a Darkseer, I don't think you need the int too bad.
I mean, it depends, right? Sometimes you're in a scenario where the only way for you to win the game is to hit a combo. Maybe that 75 is what you need.
Yeah, 75 is surprisingly like more than it looks for a
Well,
radius spell.
also if you combine it with the level 10 talent of plus 100 cast range, like suddenly you're looking at a very impressive AoE spells that cast from very far, so...
All right, let's see. Yeah, I looking at Axe's talent, I still have not seen the 100 battle at hunger DPS.
Yeah, I mean, axes don't get to level 25.
Yeah,
You know, people
that
complain
sounds like a
about...
really good.
People complain about the Lone Druid plus damage talent, right? Have you seen Darkseer's plus damage talent? He gets 120 at 15. Why is there no, like, Battle Fury Darkseer? That should be a thing, right? SMY Battle Fury Darkseer just, like, surge up with Iron Shell and start chopping people?
This was buff. Yeah, this was buff because I just played Darkseer today, and it was definitely not 120.
Well,
So
it
this
is
was just
now.
buff.
Is this a new
Yeah,
thing?
it was 90 before. Now it's 120.
Dude, you just take 12% evasion, 120 damage. You get
Oh,
HOD,
likely.
you get LTOD, right? You dominate the tear creep. And then you just chop people. Judo style.
All right, Karate Master build
Yeah.
seems legit.
Checking if there's any other big talent changes. Oh, right. Alchemist got changed when you now get plus 80 unstable concoction damage, which
Oh, I saw that and I was like,
I think that's more of the support build, right? Support's
sure.
want it.
I think if you're playing support alchemist, you're gonna have a rough game to begin with.
You don't think support alchemist is the thing? So many bounty runes, dude. Alright, next game we play together, I'm playing support.
I'm leaving. I'm abandoning.
You're just gonna decline the party invite.
Alright, Mineski, they pretty much can't mess up this safe lane. Or sorry, this offensive tri lane. I think if they lose anyone at all, they're gonna have to lane swap.
Yeah. I mean, you could make the argument that Miracle and Silencer is okay here. Overwhelming odds going on Jules, and Jules, like you said, cannot die. He's gonna drop a curse. He's definitely gonna die here. One more right click's gonna do it. The question is, how many more are gonna get? They're gonna focus on Rior. Rior does have Grave available. We'll pop it on himself right now, and still working on the bug. The bug, I think. Okay, press the attack. Okay.
What a disaster this tri lane is. They can't really fight into this because they're all level 1 only, and TnC, pretty much the entire team is level. Yeah, the entire tri lane is level 2 already. That's a significant advantage over this Mineski tri lane.
Top lane, the call flies out. Yaj deals quite a bit of damage here to Samage. He did pull the wave here on the right side as well, and he's zoning him out from experience range. So you say this matchup is not bad, or pretty bad for him, but Yaj is actually playing it really well. Look at him, bullying Samage.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he got lucky with these spins early on.
Nah, he's just skillful. I mean, Darkseer goes for the rune, he's gonna get it, but he's losing a lot of experience under the tower.
Alright, he's surging his way over. He still has that shrine to work with at least. Oh, interesting. He took Surge, level 2 or level 3. Would have not expected that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Considering that Tim's rotated up here, I think it's not going to help him at all trying to make this kill happen.
Alright, it's at least zoning him out pretty hard, but it's quite okay, and he's got his arcane boots whenever he wants to deliver it from the courier. Or sorry, not arcane boots, tranquil boots.
Alright, looks like Mineski are starting to rotate heroes into this top lane. See him just hitting level 2.
Oh,
Does have that combo. Oh, call?
it's gonna cancel the TP, and I think with a CM rotation, they should be able to get the kill. Nova is available as well, but obviously the Surge. Maybe if Ninja Boogie swap the order of those spells, they get the kill there. Nova to first force out the Surge and then bite.
I think it's... maybe you're right.
Probably, I mean.
Yeah, if you waited out the Surge, yeah, I think you actually might have gotten it. Alright. Shrine up, Tim's gets his buff, heads to the mid lane.
Oh, Jay is playing pretty upfront, but he does have the Sentry Ward available, so he does see the Bounty Hunter rotation.
No, they don't know.
Oh, that was
That's,
that's the
Radiant.
Radiant Sentry. Okay. Tim's coming here. So Iron Shell is running very low now, but a couple right clicks is going to be enough here. Jay might need to Astral himself. He's going to try to... Okay, Astral himself. It's going to pop on Raven. Raven will take a little bit of damage if he stands over it. So Jay, cool, calm, and collected. Not going to die to that rotation.
Astral himself, that would have just gotten him killed.
Probably. I mean, they can't stand under the Astral. They probably would take way too much damage.
But they can always position themselves like on his hill,
Sure.
and then just kill him afterwards. So putting the or astraling the bounty hunter, definitely the right play.
Looks like Ninja Boogie is having more issues. So is Mineski. They're having some issues. Mid lane's doing quite well. Like Jay is actually pretty much handling Raven. So he needs to actually go back into jungle and recover. This is the build that you don't actually see too much. The Grievous Greed max before Acid Spray. I feel like
That's actually a good point. It really weakens his laning phase, but
yeah.
he's just going into the jungle now.
Cuckoo now gonna go for on Jules here. 2-man overwhelming odds. He's just going in. Jules is gonna go down. Miracle can't really do anything for him. And Jules, once again, the supports in this lane just way too squishy. I don't actually know what they're supposed to do here in terms of salvaging this lane.
I don't think it's possible, but it seems like they're going to be committing to keeping this lane together. Simply because I guess they're confident in Axe's ability to get a quick blink dagger.
Well, it's rather, I think, even if they swap the lanes now, Axe won't be able to stand here too well, and I think they just need to tough it out. Although I still think swapping the lane is probably the way to go, honestly.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Well, Tim's does TP up top, so they are safe for a little bit. This Dazzle combo is actually really nice in TnC, though.
Radiant's bottom
A lot stronger than I imagined it would be.
Mid
Just having
lane,
2 melees run on top of someone.
Raven gonna get caught here, and Jay will pick up the kill. Good rotation here by Ninja Boogie, forcing this one. Very, very important.
Yeah, like you said, mid lane doing pretty well right now. And since their tri lane is not doing well at all, you might as well just secure the other lanes instead. Definitely the best way to salvage it.
Tim's
You know, despite this bottom lane doing pretty poorly, Miracle's still farming a decent amount. So altogether, Mineski aren't doing too bad. It's just that their supports are definitely suffering the most for it.
Yeah, and I think these two supports are not exactly the best, kind of scaling into the mid game, so they are in a limited time window in terms of how effective they are, and feels like they're blundering this time frame a little bit. Cuckoo comes forward, eats a swarm to the face, but Miracle's gonna
Cuckoo has
chase
to be a
it.
little careful because it's just him down here.
Yeah, lots of damage. He's gonna use the press attack to get a little bit of HP back. The Buck doing
I
a lot
think
of work.
Miracle might dive this.
Yes, I think he will. Couple more right click. The Nova on the right side is gonna secure the kill. Alright, so Mineski actually get a return kill for once. Nicely done. Good job by
Okay.
Miracle recognizing that he was very far from his tower and had all the movement space to chase.
I think they know that Tim's has been spending all of his time up top, and I guess they're trying their best to either force him back down and bottom duel. I don't know.
Nice Astro.
No one gets damage. Cuckoo's gonna go down for this.
Yeah, once again, that
He
was.
just dies again.
I believe he just
Oh,
TP'd
body
the body block by whose creep is that? Oh my god, that's gonna be
It's
Jace.
Jace.
He's got Astro soon. One more
He's got
second.
Astro.
There's gonna be Astro. The
I don't know if he's gonna be strong enough to kill him.
I mean, right click and no.
Oh, nice attempt.
So I know the thing is about HOD on everybody, but
Radiant's
HOD on the OD thoughts?
I'm pretty sure I've seen this build already. I think quite a few ODs have been building this, and I think it's pretty much become standard at this point.
Okay. I mean, it definitely delays things like your Force Staff, Hurricane Pie, that sort of stuff. So
Because it's kind of similar to how, how when people played mid OD back then, they went for drums and then they built
right,
Blade
right,
Dagger.
sure.
This is like pretty much the drum replacement.
Okay, that's fair. Well, since that rotation to the bottom side, Jay has allowed Raven to caught up in the mid lane quite a bit. Raven does max the acid spray, going back for it. And he is highest net worth by a little bit.
That's just the standard alchemist progression, I believe. Give him a little bit of time, and he's gonna surpass everyone, assuming he doesn't chain feed.
Yep. It looks like Jay once again rotating to the bottom lane to set up a kill here. They're gonna focus on him, but there is Astro available. Okay, there's finally
That was so close.
that cut a little bit late here as well. The ult's gonna fly off as well. Miracle will time lapse, getting a little bit of his HP back. They see Tim's moving very fast. Miracle gonna go in for the kill. Rio are trying to pour it out. He will make it home. Miracle now in a little bit of trouble. Sakuchi Gonna get him out as
He's
I believe the TP got cancelled, got scared next to Jay. And Miracle has an urn. Now this is something we don't see too often.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
It's like an
Fighting
offlane build.
Weaver build.
Yeah.
This is similar to how players would build Spectre.
Yeah.
They would buy the urn and phase boots. This is similar, I suppose.
Miracle now goes forward. Man, look at his damage. Just with the urn and a Blightstone.
No, Alpha Wolf. You can't feed away your creeps so easily. They changed it so that every creep gives 125 gold now.
That's a
That's
lot.
the Helm of the Dominator nerf.
That's a lot. Alright, Smoke's gonna get bought here on the mid lane. Blink Dagger's available. Astro is being set up, but that Acid Spray is gonna cancel the Blink. Raven's gonna run away. Crystal Maiden, Nova comes in. And again, Axis, Blink Dagger's being cancelled. I think the team really had a bad communication there.
Dire might want to mine their top tower.
I think the Blink Dagger just got revealed as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain they know about it now. But still, he's
Radiant's bottom tower.
trying to make
Right now. Dire's
setup happen.
tower's getting beat
Walks over a
down.
ward though, so and the tower goes down before he can reach it.
Tower.
Sam H hanging around. Kind of surprised that TnC aren't trying to make some smokes happen, considering Bounty Hunter is level 7 already. Oh, spots out Miracle, but I don't think he has enough damage by himself.
Interesting that Sam H just went for a vac wall combo on the axe. Made an illusion of him, and in fact that has an Iron Shell. Can go
Right.
farm with it.
Oh no, it's dying too quickly. And it's not spinning. One spin.
Alright, looks like they're gonna try to set up a kill now on the Dark Seer, but Sam H,
Radiant's
very diligent, backs off.
Radiant's
Interesting to see. Jay has Rado Betos queued up.
Yeah. Not exactly something you see too often. It seems like Mineski is looking to be much more aggressive in fighting instead of going for the standard items. Which I think is good, right? You want to pressure the Alchemist.
He's gonna get caught out here.
Yep. And that should
That's
be a
very,
very
very
easy
good.
dunk. Boom. Oh. Long range stun gets lobbed in. Tim's on the right side here. Does have a double damage.
mid tower's getting banged up.
They have to be aggressive though, simply because you don't want this alchemist to farm freely, or at least there has to be some kind of return. If he's going to be farming, then you need to make sure that the rest of his team is going to suffer for
Yep.
it.
Or they lose towers, which, I mean, that's kind of what Mineski's game plan is. But checking out on Raven's farm, he's already got the armlet done, and he's also has 2,400 gold in the bank. I don't think Mineski is doing enough a job to slow or shut him down.
I think it's too early to tell. It's only 13 minutes in. I think this is still fine. I think it's when he's like something like 30 to 40% over your core's net worth. That's when you really have issues. Right now, 1,500. That's just Greevil's greed. Doing
Okay.
Greevil's greed things.
Does?
They find out Tim's and another kill.
Yep.
Very easy kill.
Okay, Mineski. Playing aggressively, finding picks. And once Rod of Ato comes out, these picks are going to get even easier. Rod of Ato is actually very good this game, right? Like, good against Surge as well. But obviously, press the attack is get out of jail free card for them.
Yeah. Well, that is true. It's a one-time cast only, so it's always nice to just have extra disables ready, considering they don't have any stuns.
Sam H does have the mech available. Not too much mana, but does have enough for a combo. Jay, not really too many carries in the world, sends in front of tower and start hitting it.
No breaking down the radiant structures like this.
A lot of heroes rotating in, but no one's really going to step forward here, and this is just going to be a deny.
Radiant disown their top tower.
All right. Do they have vision? They do have vision.
Blink
on
duel.
Miracle.
It's gonna fly out. They need global. Right about now, global is gonna fly out. I think he can time lapse. Where's okay, Astro? That's gonna mess up his time lapse a
They're
little
fighting
bit.
on top of a
The
shrine,
wall is
though.
gonna be there. Time lapse, so he dies straight up here. And now Jade in a lot of trouble as well. Jade's gonna go down. Not before some dunks are coming out the mech. A little bit late by Sam H. And now the chase goes the other direction. Just tracks are flying out. Shuriken toss. And it's gonna bounce to Axe here. They're still right clicking, trying to cancel his blink dagger, but already the team fight has been won. 3 track kills, 2 of them on the cores. And Miracle playing too bold here on the right side.
I think he was actually fine though, because since the global came out, they didn't actually have enough damage to kill him. But right as the duel ends, he gets astral, and that basically adds even more delay to his time lapse. So even though he ends up time lapsing, it was to a point where he had no life.
Right.
Whereas if he didn't get astral, I think he actually would have made it out fine.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really fault Jay for making that play because that's what he should be doing most of the time. Just in that one particular instance, that astral was incorrect.
Well, it was at a very heavy cost.
Yep.
Can't make any more mistakes like that.
Did the Alchemist even show up to that fight?
At the very end,
Okay.
he came in and he channeled Unstable Concoction
And then he
stunned
left.
himself. No,
Oh, okay.
and then he left.
Yeah.
Went back to farming.
So essentially, that was a 4v5. I think if Mineski loses one more of that fight, the game's over. Like, that might sound drastic, but I think that's how it is.
I don't think it's that extreme, simply because I think their lineup actually deals very well with Alchemist. Because Alchemist takes much more time than this to get online. Like, he finishes a Radiance, that's scary and all, but if Axe finishes something like a Blade Mail, for example, Alchemist is still very likely to just kill himself off of one call.
I guess I'm just worried that Mineski has gone for all of these very fighting build, like the Urn on Miracle, now the Rod of Atos being worked on by OD. Like, these items have a limited shell life in terms of effectiveness. Tim's is going to get found out here. Blink Call is going to come through, and it should be a kill. Frostbite into a... There you go. Yeah, those items aren't going to be very effective down the line, so the fact that they're not doing a ton with it right now is what concerns me for Mineski.
Yeah, but I think the case with that is, while that is kind of true, it's a very small investment versus some of the other early fighting item investments. Like, I guess a good example would be something like Sanjin Yasha.
Right.
That's a very mid-game investment.
Or like a
and-
first item BKB kind of thing.
Right. But those are like 4,000, right? And then they have diminishing returns for something like the BKB. And Earn is only 875 gold investment, so it's not all too bad. And for a Weaver, you definitely want those stats, because he's very, very low on health.
Well, it's definitely delaying that Lincoln Sphere that Miracle is actually working on right now.
Dyer's mid tower won't last.
It's not exactly farming the fastest either. Cuckoo's going to lead the charge here. He does have the Blink available. And he's looking for the Weaver. Checking on the vision. They do see Weaver on the high ground. Should be a very easy duel. At the same time, they don't see anybody else on the Dire side. Blink duel is going to happen. Track's going to fly out. Global, again, allowing him to come through, but it will be enough. Nice vacuum by Sam H.
Yeah, he already has the Guardian Greaves.
Yep.
Oh, actually, TP's in. Gotta be careful here.
I think without the Griefs there, and without the vacuum, I think Miracle survives with time lapse, and Sakushi's away. But, like I said during the drafting phase, the limited time window between Blink, Axe, till Mantis out comes out on Alchemist, as well as, you know, Greaves coming out on the Darkseer. I think we are starting to get there.
I think the Greaves on Darkseer is actually a very big thing for TnC right now. Because I think just with his vacuum, should be more than enough to survive the
Global.
Silencer Global.
Yeah. I mean, you say survive the Global. Every time we've seen the Global used so far, it's a defensive one. We have not seen the Blink Axe call to start
Sam
things
H,
off.
he gets caught out here.
Okay.
Is this going to be enough? He is incredibly tanky.
Yeah.
He's just going to walk it off.
That 12% evasion, though. Where you at?
Yeah, you were talking about that 100 cast range, and I was just thinking to myself, I think a level 10 talent that gives you 12 evasion is usually or most likely the way to go.
Yeah.
Just makes you that much more tanky.
I mean, you think of a scenario where Darkseer is in a team fight. Generally, he wants to stay in the back. So I was thinking cast range would be more helpful, but obviously you're not team fighting 24/7, and the evasion definitely helped as he got ganked there.
You can always bait with it.
Raven, just farming away. He's about to like have 50% more net worth than the OD. I think this is
Yeah, this is so this is where you
start to get worried.
really worry for your team.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, just like you said, the timing that Mineski have, I am pretty sure they were worrying right after they lost that shrine fight.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
As the game gets on, I also think Axe's job gets more and more difficult because he needs to fight under Radiance and Acid Spray and tries to initiate. So
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
He really needs that blade mill, otherwise they're not gonna have the damage to kill off this alchemist.
all right, here comes the smoke, and this could be the very like last fight that Mineski actually has a good chance of winning. Ninja Boogie's gonna show on the right side. Scan gets pretty much everybody on the TnC side. They see Rior in the front. Do they want to go on Rior? All right, Rior.
Oh, he dodges the gank.
He's
starts
inside a
peeking
tree.
out.
Do they-
Wait, where's this astral? Oh, pathing.
Well, I mean, even if they got Rior, that was just a 5-position support that you 4-man smoke for. So it's like whatever. But
I think it's like, I think it's actually not too bad because if they kill off the Dazzle there, I think they have a very good, an easy chance of taking Roshan. It looks like they're gonna go for it anyways right now, but if they picked off the Dazzle, then it almost guarantees that they get the Roshan.
Blink Call's gonna find himself a bounty hunter. Bounty hunter just gonna try to TP out there. I think the dunk will get him this time.
Okay, now it's actually it should be into a Roshan, probably. If they have vision of TnC, this could be very bad for TnC.
Raven
and Weave
though.
gets used as well and completely misses.
Raven just comes back in. I do hear a Rod of Atos on the back line here, and nice stun going on Rior. Rior's gonna get dunked. Global's gonna come out. This is what I'm talking about. The back wall though is gonna break things up, but the hammer gets dropped here by Jay. The rifle comes on. Looks like Raven's yeah, and it's gonna be a big deal. Where's the call? It's gonna be down in 1 second. Raven taking a ton of damage. Yash, I think, waiting for his Blink Dagger to be back up. The long Rod of Atos, and he is gonna get dunked here. Okay, that's pretty good here so far from Mineski. They are having a much better chance in this fight. And I think with that, they could actually take the Aegis as well.
Yeah, that ward was just team fight winning for them. It allowed Jay to just wrap around the back and single out the Dazzle, forcing out the Grave on himself, and there's not too much left for the cores to do once they're caught out like that.
Yep.
It's like Cuckoo and Dazzle both caught out. And this Rod of Atos putting in work.
Weave's gonna scout everybody, but the Aegis has already been claimed by Jay. Oh, Tim's on the high ground. He gets battle hungered, but stay just far away from the Berserker's Call. Also, one thing to keep in mind that despite how well the Darkseer has been playing this game, you gotta keep in mind there is no combo with the Darkseer. There's no like Magnetize, there's no Sanking Burrow Strike or Slaughter Crush.
Actually, there is. There is.
Alchemist Stun? Are you
Yes,
really
the
going there?
Alchemist Stun.
I mean, Raven has
have
so
seen it
far
before.
stunned himself more than anybody else. But yes, I agree.
That is true.
That is a combo. And now the Blink is available on the Darkseer. And I guess you could, like, both of these heroes can bypass a global with their respective item output. So maybe that's going to be the combo.
Alright, Raven only 1,000 off of that Manta style. And once he finishes that, it's gonna be a lot more map control for TnC.
Yeah, the illusions themselves in particular is not that hard to kill because OD in particular can easily orbit down. It's just that they are just everywhere. That's the annoying part.
Oh, Rior gets caught out by Yaj. This should be a free
Okay.
Dazzle kill. Rest in peace, Dazzle. I think more importantly, with the past like 2 minutes, I think TnC might actually be out of observer wards. Because they placed one at Roshan Pit and it got de-warded instantly, and then they just placed one now? Or maybe that was a sentry. But pretty certain that they're out of observer wards. They have one deep in the dire jungle, but that might just be it. Alright, Ikuku just gets solo picked off by Jay.
I think he
mid
just
lane.
got four-shotted. This OD is hitting super hard. Oh my god. Well, I kind of doubted his early game to make him items, but he's definitely making it work here. Goes forward.
No, and Rior is dead again.
Yeah, they have the Astra on top of him and comes out. Blink call. They get one more as well. That's going to be on Sam H. Can you burst him down? It's the question. They commit the freezing field and they do get Sam H. Mineski seizing the momentum.
Happening?
Yeah, they are just going to run them over. In fact, they could go high ground right now. 21 seconds to the Dazzle, 41 to the Darkseer. And Darkseer is forced to buy back. Mineski, though, ignoring the buyback for now.
He doesn't have blink.
I mean, they still have Aegis on Jay.
And they just back off.
Okay. Buyback's forced. Now,
Mineski walking away with a lot there. Is the Darkseer buyback. Tier 2 tower, what was that, like 2 kills?
yeah,
Dazzle and the Darkseer?
a good half damage.
Actually, before that, they got Cuckoo as well. Yeah, all of a sudden, TnC just looking very uncoordinated. Like, pretty much chain feeding the past 5 minutes.
Raven's
And
gonna...
they're gonna get caught again, I think.
Smoke gonna
Yacht.
get broken here by Yacht. Yacht calls the Dazzle. Where's the follow-up? The Global's gonna be on top. The Greave's gonna come through. Vac wall. That's gonna be 4!
Very
And
nice
that's the
wall.
stun by Raven! Oh my god, it is the Wombo combo. And oh my, they lose that team fight. It's not even close. Blink, duel comes back. Jay is gonna Astro himself, but that means he is still gonna get duel regardless. He's surrounded. Okay, he pushes him away. The right click by Jay! Jay! He's fighting like a god. The Jay god going to work here on the right side. He's now going on Tim's. He doesn't want to walk back into the wall. Raven going on him. He get Astro. Tim's. Oh, misses. The Radiant's doing a little bit of work here. And now he goes on the low ground. Jay!
He needs to move his TP like right now.
Oh, he's not moving it. Okay, the vacuum's gonna get him out, but he's gonna go for Sam H. No, he misses! The Radiance misses! At it again, Jay. Finally should die here. No, he pushes him back. Raven dropping very low. Can Miracle finish the work? He doesn't want to go for it. It's too dangerous. Oh my god, what a chaotic team fight.
That looks so good for TnC, but you can't rule out the JOD. He does have that Aegis, and you saw how much work he put in there.
Man, everyone plays so well.
Look at his damage. Look at the damage.
I didn't see it. Can you tell me the number?
So the entire Mineski team pretty much did close to no damage. Axe doing 1,500 in 3rd place. Miracle doing 2,800 in 2nd place. And then there's Jay, the mega carry, doing 8,300 in that team.
So he's like 3 times or 4 times more than his team.
He's like triple his entire team combined.
Yeah. Well, that's I mean, I'm still worried for them,
Sad.
but top lane, Cuckoo. Ooh. Blink call, that's gonna find him. Jules a little bit
Get that
behind
damage
here.
with the blade mail.
Press the attack's gonna get him off. Jules trying to catch up here and straight up TP's in the fog. Nicely done.
Yeah, they realize they can't kill him. But yeah, you were saying no Darkseer follow up. There's your follow up.
Yeah, and they both prepped it immediately, right? As soon as the global came out, the Greaves as well as the Manta got used, and then they comboed. If they had not got that 4-man combo off, I think Mineski might just roll them over.
Oh, definitely. Especially with the Aegis on the OD.
Yeah.
All right. I think the game is actually pretty even, I'd say.
Well, the crazy scary thing is that Raven is about to be up 10k net worth over Jay. That's the scary thing.
Yep. But the thing about this build is just that with Axe having oh, mid lane. Oh, I just realized he's using Shadow Blade. He finds Cuckoo again, and
Yeah,
he's
Cuckoo
definitely
gets
dead.
caught.
All right, this Axe is carrying right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just with the Blade Mail on Axe versus this Alchemist build, I think like Axe's damage output alone is enough to deal with him. But obviously, you have to call the Axe for that to happen.
Now Mineski, with that 1 kill, is going to pressure the bottom lane. And all of this is before the Desolator gets finished on Miracle. Desolator is flying out right now as we speak, so... He's also going to be a bigger threat in the upcoming team fights.
There goes Radiant's bottom
Is the Alchemist going to get out-carried?
Let's start thinking about Aghanim Scepter choices.
Okay.
All right.
Bounty
I
Hunter?
don't think any of them are really impressive except for the Bounty Hunter one.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter is pretty good. I mean, we saw these team fights. It can get pretty chaotic, and having a good mini-stun and honestly a bunch of damage output is not too bad. I mean, I say the Dazzle is probably at like number 2.
I
The
think
Dark
Dazzle is decent.
Yeah, the Darkseer is also not very impressive. What about the permanent duel? Ever thought of that?
I don't think it's permanent anymore.
Is it not?
The thing about Scepter on LC is that it's like regarded as so bad that I pretty much never see it. So I'm not too sure what it does now, but I'm pretty certain that it's not a permanent duel anymore.
I'll
I just
look
think
it
it
up.
like I think it just blocks out damage from all like outside sources is all it does.
Oh, okay. A true 1v1.
The true 1v1.
Also
And
not what
it-
he's looking
it
for.
increases the duel duration as well.
Yeah. Also not what he's looking for. Because I don't think Cuckoo could true 1v1 the OD or the Weaver right now.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
If you catch out the OD and you have Blade Mail, then I think you can.
I suppose, yeah.
Other than that, I don't think so either.
Can't do nothing about Dyer's structures.
Well, do you think he's going to be going for that, or do you think he's going to pick up an armor item first? The Alchemist.
Well, he's most likely just gonna go for that
Shiva's guard.
Shiva's.
The Dyer best do
So
He's
what
pretty close to it.
what is the logic behind the Shivas instead of the ACs, would you say, for the Alchemist?
Dyer's bottom towers get
I actually cannot remember. There was a very good explanation for it. Someone gave. I just can't remember. But like, if you look at this build, his right click isn't all that impressive, personally, when I look at it. And having the Shivas in combination with the Octarine is just really nice. Makes you a lot tankier because it does slow everyone as well. It reduces incoming damage.
Okay.
So people seem to favor that over AC.
I mean, the armor value
is-
it gives you the same, right? Or at least
It's
close.
the same.
Yeah.
They're both the same. It's 15.
All right, here we go. Mineski smoked up, looking for another fight. They do have everything available, and this time Miracle does have some DPS on top of his items. They are running through. Yaj has been pretty impressive so far in this game. Let's see if he can find a call. Rior.
He's gonna find Rior
is gonna
again.
be right there. Rior breaks a smoke. Rior is gonna... Okay, well, gonna get wrecked. And that's all they get. The waves are pretty pushed out here. Cuckoo's stuck in the trees.
The wave is pretty much right next to the tier 2, so at least they do end up, or most likely will end up taking this tower alongside. Oh, Tim says to be careful. There's a gem on Yaj. If he blinks in or walks in. Alright. Are TnC planning on defending this?
I don't think they should. Yaj coming from the back line here.
Catch out Tim.
Yep, he does see Tim's, and now it's going to be the Deep's output. Bam, dunk. And now he finds Sam H. Sam H needs to grieve. He got Astro. The Lincoln's going to protect Jay, and now Sam H trying to run, but the right click, the damage is going to be there. Global Sign's going to be used. He runs through the shrine. He barely survived. And I think without the global, Mineski needs to watch your positioning a little bit and back off. Rior charging forward. The blink duel. Lincoln's has came back, and Cuckoo really whiffs. The sun's going to come through on the backline. Raven's in the fight, but Raven needs to back out on the backline. Looks like a
still
dunk
have
has
sanity
flew off.
clips.
The wall is going to be good here on 3 or 4 Samage coming in from the backline. Ninja Boogie drives them away. And the hammer from Jay. He's forced out to a low ground. He's looking for the Dazzle. Not going to find him. The buybacks are being forced out right now. And Mineski out carrying a core that has way more net worth than them. Through just short, good initiation and team play. They call the Alchemist. Alchemist.
If Alkdai's here, the game's gonna be over.
He pops his ult again. He's going to be fine on the back line. Rior taking a ton of damage. Will grave himself. To earn, though, the Shrine keeping himself back up. Miracle does have to link in as well. They are being whittled down pretty low. Another weaving drop on these cores here. Glyph is going to come out. And I think they had enough. They're going to back off for now. Oh, that wall, though.
Jay had like 230 intelligence for that ultimate. I think it did something close to 1,200 damage to both the Darkseer and the Alk.
Alright. Shrines are invulnerable right now, right? In the new changes?
No, they should be vulnerable. Right? Oh wait, why is this one invulnerable?
I remember I read something about they changed the when you could actually.
Oh
attack.
no, I see. It's basically.
Wait! Mid lane here, Tim's getting caught here by Yaj again. Yaj finding a dunk. That's gonna be yet another kill.
And Roshan's gonna go down.
Man,
But
Yaj...
yeah, the shrine change is that instead of all tier 2s, it's one tier 3 now. Any
Okay.
tier 3.
Which is not available just yet. I like the change so much.
Alright, so TnC, they are, I guess they feel like they're in this position where their only hope of winning these team fights is for that huge wombo combo. So instead of seeing the Shivas like we normally see, mid lane, Jade just feeling invincible. Look at that.
Let's go for a blink.
Instead of Shivas, he goes for the blink, just so that they can more easily try to hit this combo.
Well, right now as you're dancing around to land that combo, Jay is hitting for, I don't know, close to 400 damage a pop. That goes through armor. Kind of crazy. Actually over 400 damage.
I think the most OP thing is that level 25 talent.
Yep.
Getting 1 extra minute on the steal. It lasts for over 2 minutes.
The key thing is that Cuckoo cannot whiff his Flame Ale duel. And the curse goes on Cuckoo, preventing that Blink Dagger from being triggering. Miracle on the high ground. Melee Rax is being sieged right now. Somebody has to do something about Miracle. The stun will break the link. And here comes Jay Tims. Orbital Cannon. Bang, dead. And now Cuckoo blinks in. BKB activated, but he misses his combo. Melee Rax just one hit away, and Miracle will just clean it up. Okay. Got him. And they're just watching the Raxus die. Ya just walks in. He's in the backline here. He gets the cough here onto, and of course on the backline, Jay going on Reor, driving him away from the hyper carry. Yep, he's gonna be dead, and that's a dieback. Jay coming back in, and he's just going to work. Oh my god, the hammer gets dropped again. Okay, good combo right in front of the base, but it doesn't matter as GG gets called. I am so impressed with Jay's play this game.
Alright, the JOD carries hard. Actually, to be a lot of credit